Hey you guys, I'm coming to you today with a DIY on revamping a old jewelry box that I found at my local Goodwill store. I love this jewelry box. It's sterling silver. I love the creases on the side. I love the soft pattern on the bottom of it, which is also in the inside. And I only paid $1 for this. Even though the tag says $1.99, I went on Blue Tag Day and everything was 50% off. The items needed are adhesive glue, jewels that I found at Walmart for $2, tweezers that I found for $1, permanent marker, rhinestones that I found from Dollar Tree, and I got 2 different packages of sequins that I found at Dollar Tree as well. Let's get started. Okay you guys, so I love this jewelry box. I love that it's stainless steel, but I saw that the inside was kind of broken, so I'm going to glue that down so that it won't be falling down or coming apart in the future. I simply get my adhesive and put it all over the back of the cardboard so I can press it firmly back into the jewelry box. Now I will begin to place different jewels in different spots. I'm kind of brainstorming as I glue things down. So what I do first is place the jewels on the jewelry box. Then I look to see if it's something that I like. If I do indeed like it, I get my permanent marker, put a little mark where I have the jewel, then I begin to glue the jewels down. Now that I have my sequins added, I will now begin to add my rhinestones. I started by adding rhinestones around the circle of the jewelry box that's in the middle to kind of complement the jewels and the sequins. I really like the edges and the ruffles that's already created inside of the box, so I will leave that there. I won't cover it up, but I will try to add to the look to make it more flashy and pretty. So basically I just added different rhinestones all over the round part of the jewelry box, and I also added rhinestones on the edges and all up and down to give it a more blinged out effect. Now that I have my top jewels glued down to the top of my jewelry box, I will now start adding glue and sequins where I see fit. I decided to go with basically 3 colors, which is pink and blue, and of course the rhinestone, which is like a diamond. I thought those colors were very pretty and they always have stood out to me, so those were the colors that I chose to go with. You can go with any colors and any designs that you choose, but for me, I like pink and I like blue, and it's very girly and very flashy and pretty, so those are the things that I went with. I am now gluing down my sequins in the middle of my jewelry box and pressing it down firmly to secure. Okay, you guys, now that I have added my rhinestones around the center of my jewelry box, I now will finish the center of my jewelry box by adding more sequins. I stuck with the color of this blue because it matched the blue of the rhinestones, and it also goes with the pink and blue pattern that I'm using. So I basically just added a lot so it can be very shiny and shimmery. Again, to secure the sequins in place, I make sure that I firmly press down on it so that it could hit the glue and it could dry up and everything. Now there is glue residue on it, but once it dries, it will be so easy to clean it off. I can go through with a Q-tip and alcohol or my tweezers and kind of pull it off, because once the glue dries, it's very easy for you to pull it off, especially surfaces like this, which is sterling silver. It's very easy for it to come off, so don't let excess glue worry you off top, because at the end, when everything is dry, you can clean it up and it will look very pretty. Right now I'm adding the rest of my rhinestones around the edges of my jewelry box. Again, I really like the creases that it has already, so I didn't want to cover it up with sequins or anything. So I just added rhinestones to help bring it out a little more and make it more blingy. I actually use my smaller rhinestones in the middle of my jewelry box to go with the rhinestones and the sequins. I didn't want to do too much right there in the middle part. So what I did was use my bigger rhinestones and put them on the edges where those nice creases are. Look like waves or something. I put all my big ones on the edges and just went around the box with my real big rhinestones to give it more of a glitter or shiny effect when it's all done. Now that I have the top of my jewelry box completed, I begin to clean the remaining of my jewelry box with rubbing alcohol. This is to get off any excess glue that leaked on the side or ran off on the side or anything like that. Just so I can have it nice and clean so that I can begin to add more jewels and more rhinestones. I'm not going to use any more sequins. I only wanted my sequins on the top. So for my sides and my back, I will use rhinestones and jewels. I began by placing rhinestones going down the corners in the front of my jewelry box. This is where my jewelry box will open up, so this is probably where it will be sitting and facing most of the time. So I wanted to put rhinestones down the corner. Now that I have my rhinestones glued down on the side, I place jewels where I see fit. I'm keeping that blue, pink, blue, or pink, blue, pink pattern as I go throughout my entire box. So I just glue different stones in different spots. Now that I have the front and the front side of my jewelry box completed, I will begin working on my sides and the back of my jewelry box. I'm basically just going to add different rhinestones, shapes, and colors to each side until it's very filled up and very pretty. Okay, you guys, I'm finally complete with my jewelry box. It's still wet, so I will let it sit and dry overnight. This is the pattern that I use for my sides. This is the front side. This is the top of my jewelry box. I'm very satisfied and happy with how it came out. So the only thing I have to do is let it dry overnight so that I can get off all the excess glue and all the remaining glue that's sticking out and makes it look a little funny because I can see glue everywhere. So I'm not going to do it while it's wet because that will only push the rhinestone or the jewel out of place. Okay, you guys, this is the final product. This is how the jewelry box looked after I cleaned all the excess glue off that was sticking off and leaning over here. I'm very satisfied with the jewelry box. It's so pretty and shiny, and it's glittering. As soon as I walk in my bathroom, I can just see it sparkling. It is so pretty, and it has my favorite colors, pink and blue, and of course diamonds are a girl's best friend. I hope you guys like it so much. I hope you like it as much as I do. Matter of fact, while you're here, please subscribe to my channel and give my video a thumbs up.